The next word is oversight. And that's a Greek verb, episkopeo. You've heard that, like presbytero sounds like Presbyterian, episkopeo sounds like Episcopalian. But the verb there is episkopeo. The noun form of that verb is episkopos, and it means guardian, and the word is bishop. So we're talking the pastor as elder, the pastor as shepherd, and now the pastor as bishop. But you remember the meaning of bishop, in a large part, is guardian. So not only is the pastor to be that elder who presides over the assembly with spiritual maturity and discernment, not only must the shepherd as pastor bring solace and ministry with diligence to the flock, the key question for the pastor as bishop is he a sentry maintaining defense? Is he a sentry maintaining defense? You say, defense against what? I'm glad you asked. The answer is wolves. What kind of wolves? Acts 20:29. Grievous wolves shall enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Wolves of deception and division. Wolves, what are they? Wolves, in a nutshell, wolves are false teachers and contentious people. Wolves are false teachers and contentious people, and the pastor as bishop is a sentry maintaining defense against their satanic agenda as it seeks to crack the foundations of the Church of Jesus Christ. That's what the pastor as bishop is charged with. A person with a heretical, theological hobby horse they like to ride, or a gossipy and divisive, slandering mischief maker, or someone trying to trap someone else in adultery, someone who's a grumbler, all of these qualify as wolves because they can deceive and divide the flock. And the pastor as bishop is a sentry maintaining defense against them. Now, all three of these titles refer to the same office, the office of pastor. They only differ in emphasis on the duties. Let me talk to you now about the description of the pastor. First off, he should be supremely motivated by devotion. And by supremely, I mean his motivation comes from God in the form of a calling. But God, who is supreme, must call the pastor, and they must respond to that call out of devotion to God, not out of the coercion of man. Well, what do I mean? Well, 1Peter chapter 5, verse 2, part C, not by constraint, but willingly. The person in that role, in a leadership role in the flock, should not be there because they have succumbed to pressure from other men and women who think they should be there. We had a situation here once after the deacon ballots had been counted with somebody that everybody really thought should be a deacon, and I did too, and I went to work on him, and he didn't want to do it, and I sinned because I went to work on him some more, and I tried to twist his arm, but you know what he did? He knows how to shut my mouth. He took me to the scripture. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 says, if a man desire the office. If a man desire the office, he says, I don't desire it. It didn't matter to him what other people were pressuring him to do, and he was right and I was wrong. And I'll tell you something else too. I've seen the other side. I've seen how bad it can get in a church when someone is coerced into leadership when they themselves don't aspire to the office. It can be bad news for a church body, believe me. So, not by coercion, but but willingly. Nor should a pastor be motivated by covetousness. He goes on to say in verse 2, not for filthy lucre. Well, filthy lucre is eagerness for sordid gain. It is a desire to make crooked money. That's what filthy lucre is. So a pastor should not be motivated by eagerness for sordid gain, but of a ready mind, meaning eagerness to perform the duties of that office. Filthy lucre, eagerness for sordid gain. I know a handicapped woman has had 2 strokes, has severe grand mal epilepsy, has spent much of the last few years in a wheelchair, yet every month, she's on a fixed income, every month she's mailing checks into Benny Hinn because he said on TV that giving sacrificially to his ministry would prompt God to heal the giver. Folks, and I know I'm going to offend some of you, but be discerning with some of these TV preachers, folks. Do a little investigating before you support their ministry with God's money. I mentioned Benny Hinn. I was just reading up on this last night, did a bunch of research. In 2003, he was doing one of his crusades in St. Petersburg, Russia. And instead of coming straight home, he had what they called a layover in London and in Milan, Italy.
In Italy, transportation charges of more than $6,000. In London, another $6,000 for incidentals, such as chauffeur services and in-room tea. The documents also list tips. In 3 days, more than $4,500 worth, including $1,000 to a concierge and another $1,000 to a desk manager. And then there were Pastor Benny's hotel rooms. In London, the documents show, Hinn stayed at the exclusive Lanesborough Hotel. The hotel confirmed for us it was Suite 210 and told us that they never discount rooms. The going rate, the hotel says, more than $3,000 a night. And then there was Pastor Benny's hotel room in Milan. According to the expense documents, room 1001. The hotel confirmed it's the presidential suite. The hotel website says the room is fit for a prince and the largest hotel suite in Europe. Among its 5,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, a formal dining room, a fireplace, a jacuzzi, a sauna, a Turkish bath, a large terrace with a panoramic view of the city, and a 100-foot-long swimming pool decorated with marble and frescoes. The hotel told us this room rents for more than $10,000 a night. $10,000 a night. $10,000 a night. $10,000 a night. No discounts.
$10,000 a night of ministry money confirmed. While he was there, he tipped the desk clerk $1,000. While he was in London, he tipped the concierge $1,000. I've seen the receipts. Ministry money. While he was back in St. Petersburg, there was a receipt written out, gift to homeless woman with baby, $20. I tell you, friends, you've got to be discerning. I know they can be compelling. I know there's great showmanship and entertainment value to some of these TV preachers, but they are sucking up money from innocent, easily deceived people, and they are using it as filthy lucre. Let it not be so. Let it not be so. Be of a ready mind, meaning being eager to obey God's calling. That's what should motivate a pastor. Willingness to obey God's calling.